Morning folks, Nick here again. Day 2 of our journey together. So yesterday we did about 360 kilometres, about half of that, or just over half, in the UK, and the rest in France and through to Belgium, which is where we are now, and staying at a campsite which is primarily static homes, but it's nice nonetheless. Having put the tent up last night, I sorted a few bits out and had a sandwich that I picked up at the Eurotunnel, and then had a quick beer at the bar before it closed, and turned in for the evening. So this morning I'll be packing up soon and just making a coffee. I forgot to bring a mug, so I'm having to use a couple of these little cups, which will make one coffee, I'm sure, and a fruit bar thing just to get me going. Anyway, as I say, I'm going to be packing up soon, so have this coffee and get going. Must admit, I wasn't expecting the temperature up this end of Europe to be quite so warm. It's lovely. I don't know what the temperature is, but so yesterday we did about 356 kilometers, 200 and something, about 220 miles. A lot of that, 112 miles, was in the UK on the motorway, so not very interesting. And then the rest of it, once we'd crossed the channel on the Eurotunnel and the passing through passport control, both UK and French, was on UK soil. That was easy enough. Boarding the train was very rapid. Off-boarding the train was rapid too. So we got underway at 2 o'clock. And then drove through rural France and a part of rural Belgium. But my route got corrupted or something along the way, and it lost track of where it was. I lost track of where it was. It wanted me to go back to the beginning again. It didn't have enough waypoints, so I just had to put in the sat nav, give me a curvy route, and it took me a reasonable route. Anyway, I hope I've solved that with some additional via points in the next couple of routes that I've got. Due to the time, I'm not going to stop for breakfast now. That seems hardly worth it. I'll make do with the water that I'm carrying and stop for lunch on the earlier side. Not quite sure how far I'll get today, it being so late setting off, so I'm not sure whether I'll find a campsite. If I don't, then I'll have to book a hostel or hotel or something. Don't really want to book ahead too far if I'm not going to make it, or too short if I feel like riding, so I'll make a decision over lunch. Anyway, if anything interesting crops up, I'll get back to you. So we're just going into a 6.6 kilometre tunnel is quite impressive, I guess. Just whilst we're going through this bit, I'll give you a bit of an update on how I got on with the packing. It's now all the camping gear is all in one bag, so that's far easier to manage now. So it's all in the 60-litre bag, which of course is still carrying the same amount of weight on the back. It's the saddle that's taking the strain, not a rack of any form. Anyway, I doubt if there's much to see in here, so I'll let you go again. And another tunnel. This one's a bit shorter though. Hello, how much? Thank you. Thank you. Must be so annoying to get stuff behind a motorbike at a toll. Right. Especially on a hot day when you can't get your lock. I've given up on that route. As I've said before, it's all about the journey, and that route just seemed to be focusing on very major roads, which is down to me because I planned it in my route app and then exported it to Garmin with Via points, but obviously I've got the Via points in the wrong place, so I've just given Garmin the challenge to set a curvy route, and it's come up with 232 kilometres from here, which is better than the 280 the other route was showing, so who knows. Anyway, got a bit of an issue, running out of batteries for the GoPro. Don't seem to last very long, and I haven't really been using it much. Not sure how I'll go around charging that tonight. Anyway, we'll see. With that in mind, saving battery. Bye for now. So, stopping for petrol. 219.9. I wonder if there's a minimum. €2.19. What a year to start a big trip, eh? Well, we're still 160 kilometres away from the goal, which was MN. but I'm going to be stopping in probably about an hour, so I'll pull over and find a route, or find somewhere en route. It's about an hour away. There's some pretty scenery around here. Interesting buildings on the left. Eco roofs.
And shower.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
The electricity is over there.
Perfect.
Yes? Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Right, so here we are at the campsite. Most important thing, of course, is power. And I've now got power. Charging up some batteries. And a few more to go as well. Because I've put all the camping gear in the one bag, I don't need to faff around with the others, so I can actually leave the bags on tonight, which is what I will do. And just for a bit of pseudo security, I'll sort of lock them on a bit. Of course, if anybody wants to take anything, they obviously can. Anyway, let's get the tent set up, and then I'm going to try and find the bar, which is apparently 1 kilometre away, so thinking that'll be a walk. Right, let's go. So, eventually, the time has come. Head down and see if I can find an open bar. Apparently places close here at 8 o'clock. Seems a bit odd to me, but I guess they know their business. Well, this is the Boss restaurant. It closed. Okay, so that was a bit of a washout. Yet again, I missed the restaurant closing time of 8 p.m. Not quite sure in the Netherlands, they must know their business, but there we go. And I've got to ask myself, as you probably are, why didn't you get there earlier? And I don't know. So tomorrow, new leaf. 1, I'm going to take a lot less time to pack up and go. And 2, I'm going to either get to the campsite, dump my gear, and then go to a restaurant, or I'm going to get to a campsite early enough to put up the tent, etc., set it all up, and then go to the restaurant. But it's a shame, this one was in walking distance, and the others were a ride away, and they close at 8 as well. So there was one which was a couple of miles away, but that does mean getting all the gear on. And I've got something very delightful tonight, just cooking over there somewhere. Is a dried pasta in some sort of sauce. So you add 400 ml of liquid, let it simmer away for 8 minutes, and jobs are good one, apparently. So today I didn't get the number of miles I wanted to necessarily. I got about 270 kilometres, which is probably 150 miles or something like that. And the route just took me off at a bit of a random thing and took me onto the A28, I think it was, and it was just jammed. So I had to go filtering. I did film it, but of course my battery ran out as I pressed the button, so we didn't capture that. But tomorrow we're off to Bremen. Well, I say we, I mean I'm off to Bremen, and that's 360 kilometres something, and I think it might be a little bit less than that. Hold on, let me check. Yes, so tomorrow I'm going to Bremen, and that is 327 kilometres from here, and it should take about 5.5 hours of solid riding time. We'll see how that goes. That'll be the target, but if I don't make it there, then it's all just a journey. I'm not particularly aiming at Bremen for any particular reason. But my tasty meal is now ready. So I'll leave you to it. So, bit of a problem. I didn't properly check the distance gap between the bag and the tailpipe, and hold on, I've burnt through it, and I think I might have wrecked my tarp as well. Well, there's a lesson to be learnt, isn't it? Check and recheck. Anyway, I'm going to have to reattach those and sort it out. Hey ho.